Okay, we are rolling. Here we go. This is you, Taurus. It's coming from Terra Lumination. It is your February 2019 mini love and relationship generic report. You know the routine. Watch for your sun, moon, and rising. Some people even watch for their Venus sign. It's understandable. So anyway, cards are well shuffled in advance. But before we get into it, I want to do a little preamble, it's like an illustration of what we're doing here exactly, so I can hope this helps you understand things better. I made an illustration. Yeah. This is a Terra Illumination doodle, and the whole idea is to explain the spread. I understand the dynamics of the spread, okay? This is the Terra Illumination Crucible spread. It's on the understanding that there's you, another, and a third entity, the relationship itself. And Terra Illumination sees the relationship as a crucible, a structure. And then the question is, what is the nature of this structure? Does it have any legs? Is it 3 legs, 1 leg, 4 legs? Is it very stable? Is it very wobbly? You guys own this. More particularly, you own this, Taurus, okay? This is not a couple's reading. We're allowing for the other over here. So this is like a living, breathing thing, and it's like a garden or like a private business, like a mom and pop business or a family-owned business. What are you guys growing here? What is being fermented? Okay? A lot of people just operate and conduct themselves like this. There's me, there's you, there's me. And what's going on? There's so much more that's going on, and you guys know that, all right? This whole thing radiates its own energy anyway. It's just like a smartphone. Your relationship is like a smartphone, or like a radio or TV, and you're constantly transmitting and receiving energy. So we need to be aware of this. Terra Illumination calls it energy management. All right, so cards are well shuffled in advance. You know the routine, okay? Taurus, invite your invisible friends. Let's make this a team effort. Terra Illumination is not working alone, I assure you. So cards are well shuffled in advance. No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals. Sorry, there's not enough time and room for all of that stuff. I know it's fantastic if you can get it, but you know, it's just enough just to get through this one little spread, okay? So Taurus, February is kind of to me, it's an awkward month. It's volatile, accident prone. It's very split down the middle. There's the Aquarius season early on with the Aquarius new moon, which might be a bit of an eye popper for you in terms of your place in this world. Also, then at the middle of the month, we go to the Pisces Virgo full moon, which is very sweet, comfortable energy for you. But again, it's on hard angles. So we have to be, you know, it's on the 0 degree point. So the Virgo moon, you know, let's just do this, okay? What I'd like you to do, guys, is just focus on one thing here. Number one, track the lunar transits for the month. And around February 23rd and 24th, watch out for when the moon is in Scorpio, where you might have all sorts of doubts and awakenings and realizations and deep gut feelings about what's happening in your relationship. Also, in the middle of the month, when you have the Virgo full moon, that's the thing that we just talked about here. It's in your 5th house of true love, romance, fun, happiness, joy. So again, please be aware. This is about this. The moon is lighting it up, so please be aware. Pay close attention to what you're feeling and sensing at that time. Listen to your fears. Listen to the doubts. Allow the doubts to flow. Allow the joy to flow. The idea is to tune into your deepest feelings, okay? And then go from there. Say no more. If you need anything more, please watch the Terra Illumination Astrodoodle reports for February. It's a totally different playlist. We split it up this month, okay? Otherwise, the videos get so freaking long. All right? Here we go. Okay, so bless this deck. Bless every single card in this deck. This little deck here, apart from the other decks, it's done thousands of readings, literally, and it's still going strong. It's amazing, really. So thank you so much, Taurus, for being here. Invite your invisible friends. That's what Terra Illumination is doing. This is you. What are you radiating, okay? What is it you are radiating? Think of yourself like a transceiver, okay? Over here, what are they radiating? If you're single, Taurus, you can consider the laws of attraction. You radiate energy, and the universe bounces that back to you in some way or other that's appropriate for you. So this is the what if energy for you singles, okay? Deep down inside of you, deep down inside of another, deep down the core of the relationship itself. Here is the crucible. Can you see the correlation? The cards, card, 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 card. Get it? And over here, what is being fermented? What's being grown? What is it you guys own here? Are you aware that you own this thing? Out here, environmental influences, circumstantial energy, call it the weather, and we have the Ace of Swords. So, new starts, new excitement. This is an energy of great opportunity for you, Taurus. It's out there, it's for you. This is, my feeling, is a chance to, it's something to do with like the higher consciousness stuff that's going on for you. I don't want to go into it, but I think it's a lot to do with the Capricorn cluster in the 9th house and the new moon in Aquarius. That's really, really kind of like bringing you out of yourself in ways that you might not be used to. And it might be exciting. It might be very stimulating, like seeing your whole world, your whole life from much bigger, broader, wider perspectives now. And that's out there around you. And that can be very, very stimulating. And it could literally trigger like almost like spiritual awakening, you know? That does happen in love and relationship. You know, from Tarot Lumination perspective, love is as love does. And that is a conscious, willing decision to do what you have to basically extend yourself above and beyond your existing comfort zone in order to deliberately, consciously foster and nurture your own spiritual growth and healing, and from there to the significant and the loved ones in your life, and from there outwards, like a glowing, radiant, beautiful disco ball of love, okay? And it all starts from here, okay? Let's have a look. What are you radiating? Okay. Wow. I see this is very, very hopeful for you. Very, very beneficial in that in some way or other you are deeply guided. You are deeply protected. It doesn't mean you can just switch to autopilot and let your angels do all the work for you. You still have to be very, very committed to you being you, okay? And allowing the healing power of love to move in and through you. Allow yourself to be guided and protected. And that's sometimes very hard to do because it means having to let go of any preconceptions about who you are, how things should be, or where they should be going based on three-dimensional realities. Right? I see this as like very much the piercing of new levels of reality for you, Taurus, when it comes to love and relationship, and allowing new love, new energy to flow into your life from up above. What about the other? Okay, well, in some way they might be, just doing their best to hang on, because if you are on literally almost like way up in the clouds here, almost coming from spiritually highly advanced perspectives, and they're like, what's going on with you? What's going on with us? I can barely keep up with you. I'm feeling kind of, like I play my part. I do my thing here. We have this thing called a relationship, but what is the nature of this relationship right now? I'm just literally barely hanging on. I know I'm a part of it, and I can't blame you for whatever's not working for me or why the struggles might be so intense for me, but you're the person closest to me, and it's much, much easier to blame you and blame than me. However, deep down, if I'm honest, I have to admit that I can perhaps be the cause of my own undoing. Oh no! But they're still hanging on, okay? I don't want to paint any kind of doom or gloom here. I just see this as just like blinding awakenings here that are happening for you. I think a lot of it is to do with the Aquarius new moon, like I said, the unrelenting pressure, and also, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to get into it. We're right on the cusp here with the Uranus in Taurus thing, so that could be very, very destabilizing, like earthquake type energy, busting things open, and lava flowing out, or volcanoes erupting, and massive new changes of landscape happening. There's no cards here to show that, but that's what this is all about. This is highly volatile energy, and it's right on you. All right, let's have a look deep down inside of you. Okay. So if part of you, as a result of what is happening here, is starting to feel that there is an ever expanding journey happening in front of you. And it is your right and duty and obligation to love thyself and move on accordingly, and knowing that you have acres of love behind you, love shared, love given, love received, all of that, and it's all good. But you know, people do change and evolve over time, and we 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 change and evolve and grow in relationships. Now, how that works with you guys as individuals, that's your business. You can change and evolve and grow in the context of a relationship. Okay, you can do that however you want. That would be a conscious choice. It doesn't mean you don't love each other just because you are going through some massive spiritual expansion here. You know, but it does change the perspective of the relationship in such a way that they might be really, really struggling to keep up or understand. But there's no judgment here. I don't see any judgment or need for you to apologize or for them to have to like use the middle finger. And I don't see that at all here. What are they radiating down here at the core? Let's have a look. Okay. Okay, my feeling here is that they are determined to maintain themselves in their highest level of integrity no matter what. And I don't think that would happen unless there was genuine, true love here in some way, shape, or form. Something very, very, like, say, honorable, something hard earned, something that you can be proud of, they can be proud of, that belongs to you guys. And they are symbolizing that right now, deep down inside of them. It's almost like this regal energy, forget the gender, going on inside of the other is being taken to the absolute maximum. Imagine, Taurus, that you're this other person over here is being taken to the absolute limits of their abilities, and they're doing an extremely good job of holding themselves up. Imagine being royalty or a king or a monarch of something or somewhere or an imaginary country, and it's under a lot of pressure because environmental influences are changing around them, including you, Taurus, but they're going to stick by themselves. That's a very, very self-loving thing for them to do. So that should be understood and respected. Okay. All right, let's have a look at the core over here. Yes, see, you know, and relationships change and evolve and grow. So what my feeling could be happening is that you, Taurus, are going through big shifts and big changes that are putting you in a position where you almost have to resign and let go of whatever kind of expectations or outcome could be imagined or feared or wanted or desired or unwanted that would be happening from this very limited perspective. And instead, you let go, you give up, and hand yourself over to the universe and divine guidance, and you are exposed to the inner alchemy of the relationship and discovering that there's so much more being fermented going on here. And look what you guys have. It's beautiful. Now you might have another. What might be happening here is that uh, the, the love energy can be transformed and transmuted into something else, moving away from one version of love and into a new version of love where it's actually better than before, but the actual definition and circumstances might be quite different than either you or the other would be used to. But still, the core energy would be happiness. You know, people do. They change and evolve and grows in such ways that it might be difficult for you, Taurus. It might be very, very difficult for them, but the love is still at the core here, okay? It's almost better than before, you know? Some relationships change and evolve and grow, and they go through tense growing pains, and then they come out the other side like, wow, I had no idea. That was really, really worth it. Thank you so much. Over here, well, let's have a look. So the story's not over, okay? So with the Page of Cups here, my feeling is, to me, this is like a sense of relief. It brings me personally, there's no earth cards here, energy, but to me, it's coming back down to like the sweetness, sort of like the realization between you guys here that relationships are active living things. You can't just live like this all day, every day. Some people insist on it, and eventually this just falls apart because it can't take it. There is so much more that goes on and has to be factored into your decisions and your equations and the growth of the relationship. So what comes out when you come out with the Page of Cups, it's almost like, oh, phew, I thought we had a huge problem there. I thought we had a huge problem. I was keeping my fingers crossed. Seriously, seriously. It's just like, I was scared out of my freaking wits. I thought you were going to dump me. But I held on strong. Did you notice that? Oh, yes, I did. Thank you. Yes. So we still got this in some way, shape, or form or other, right? Yes, right. Terra Illumination said so. Okay, that's cool. So the question is like, what do we do now? What is the nature of our love and our relationship now? What is that? It's like a newly fermented grown thing. You know how what happens in when you have artisanal foods and like boutique pizza parlors and things like that, and like accidents happen. It's not like some massive, pizza chain we're talking about. We're talking about little stuff, and then, now and again the cook and the chef, they overcook or they undercook thing, or they run out of something and they have to substitute, and they come up with something better than they ever had before. And like, oh wow, that's cool. We need to put that on the menu. That was beautiful. It's actually really beautiful. And so that's what I sense is going on here. There's no towers, there's no death cards, no huge transformation things like that. But there is this expansion and realization. Remember, Taurus, this is not a couple's reading. It's all about you, your life, your journey. Well, I see this as very much expanding and opening your awareness in love and relationship. And you might have gone through a very, very turbulent moment, especially early in the month. But when you get through towards the end of the month, sweet. Something sweet is going on here for you, okay, Taurus? And you realize, wow, we are all so innocent. It isn't just me who's innocent. It isn't just you who's innocent. Our relationship is still sweet and new and innocent in its own way. And we're just learning as we go, okay? All right? Is that all right with you? Is that all right with you? I was asking. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine. Is that all right with me? Yeah, of course. I'm happy with that. I think I got like that actually works. Whew, this is cool. So I'm happy to see this. I see things as just going through morphings and growing pains and shifting, the volatility, things being very wobbly, but you come out of it okay in some newly restructured way that you could never have imagined before. And that wouldn't happen unless you, Taurus, specifically had let go of any preconceptions, which releases them and the relationship. Like, and then, you see what I'm getting at with here? It's like, blow out all of that and then reconstitute everything, and the reconstituted thing is something sweet and naive and new, very much in parallel with the new steps of the new journey before you. Okay, thank you so much, Taurus. I hope you get something out of this. I don't mean to scare you. Please check out all the links below. If you need to get to Terra Illumination, please consider membership. That's the most valuable way you can say thank you. I know a lot of these videos are, well, they are free essentially, but it actually is a lot of work, and I love doing this. But we're trying to grow the channel, okay, in the most effective ways possible. I'll set this aside for you over here, and we'll leave it at that, okay? Thank you so much, Taurus, and all the best. You can handle it. You'll be fine.